You can't go anywhere in this town without getting attacked,
There was police activity on La Brea and First today.
Yeah, there was a rabbi that was held up on Waring and somewhere. He was walking along the street at 2:30 in the afternoon. It was on the Hancock Park, whatever. Some black guy, whatever, took his watch, but it was a $50 watch. So he said it's okay, but he didn't get hurt. But I mean, it's just out of just black guy, 6'3", mask on, text the guy. And you saw what happened in Israel, huh?
Terrible.
No. So they were very lucky because they were. I've got a video, and then we'll start learning. Basically, what happened is there were 3 guys who work undercover, who are this top of the top line. They just sat down to eat dinner next door. They heard the shot. They got out and they killed both the guys in a second. So it was just a muzzle that they were sitting there and they were there.
Where was it? Yerushalayim?
No, it was in Hadera.
Wow. North.
It's just north of Netanya.
I know Hadera well. I almost bought an apartment on the seashore there.
Right. So just it's nuts.
The world is crazy.
This world is nuts. Okay, let's learn Torah. And Ernie Agustin should make a l'chaim tonight because he took everybody's money. He played the best he's ever played. He must be learning too much Torah. I got to catch up to this.
It was a very relaxing morning. Okay. Yud Ches Amud Beis, Mishnah. Shnei Achim, Reuven and Shimon, Umeitz Echad Mehem. Reuven dies. V'yavim Hasheni Yisei Shesachi. And then Shimon is Miyabim, Reuven's wife, Reuven's widow. V'achar kach noilad lahen ach. And then Levi is born. So Levi is born, and Shimon's already married to this woman. However, according to Tanakama, Harishona Yotze Mishemeches Nachiv Shlai B'Olama. Levi, in respect to Reuven, is a brother that didn't exist when Reuven was alive or when he died. So Reuven's wife is for him an erva. It's only when you can live with an Eshes Achiv if you're in the world together with them when he dies. If you're not, you never have a heter to marry Eshes Achiv. So Shimon, who had married that woman, also had married another wife, had 2 wives, the widow of Reuven and his original wife, who is the tzara of this Eshes Achiv Shlai B'Olama, which is an erva in relationship to Levi. So when the 2 women fall to Levi cannot, it's poter miyibum machlitza, right? And vashniya mishum tzarasa. So both women regarding Levi there's no yibum, there's no chlitza. Okay. Also, b'maimer, if Shimon had done Maimer only, not married, not done Yibum to Reuven's wife, only Maimer, and then died, V'meis. So he was never married to this Eshes Achiv Shlai B'Olama regarding Levi. It was never his wife. So when Shimon's wife falls to Levi, he can't be miyabim her because the Maimer D'Rabbanan made her at least a rabbinic co-wife. But it's not strong enough to get rid of the chlitza, right? Ashniya choyletza shelo misyabemes. That's according to Tanakh. Now we're going to see a new shita. Reb Shimon Oimer. Now we're back to the case where Reuven and Shimon. Reuven dies. Shimon is miyabim Reuven's wife. So now he's married to 2 women. Then Levi is born. Well, according to Reb Shimon, miyabim leizu mehem sheyirtza. This is a regular case of Shimon and having a brother Levi. Shimon dies, and he has the choice to do Yibum to one of them. There's no Isser of Eishes Achiv Shloya B'Olamo regarding Levi according to Rab Shimon, because when Levi was born, basically he sees Shimon with two wives. He doesn't know about Ruvain. Or he can give chalitza to one of them. And just like if, one of the brothers gives yibum or chalitza to one of the wives, even if you have 3 or 4 brothers, the rest of the women. So this is the machlokas that has now been shown to us regarding Eishes Achiv Shlai B'Olam. Am Rav Shimon. Cholokai Reb Shimon Af Rishona. Reb Shimon holds in our original Mishnah where Reuben dies and Shimon hasn't done anything to the woman. And then the third brother is born, Levi. According to Reb Shimon, he also doesn't hold of Eishes Achiv Shloya B'Olamo. How do you know this? Miditani Mishnah Yisei. From the fact that we learn another Mishnah, that he analyzes, Baba the Reisha Laman Ktani. The first case of the Reisha, who has that been learned? He Lemel Rabbanon, Hashta Yibim L'Vesov Nola. According to Chachamim, even when Shimon has already married Reuven's widow, and then Levi is born. And therefore, Levi never saw this woman, he only b'shas heter. Because when Shimon dies, it falls to him to Yibum, no problem. Yet, Asri Rabbanon as Eishes B'Olamo. So, Noila v'achar Yibum. If Levi had been born before Shimon was miyabim, certainly the Chachamim would hold it would be Osir. Elalav, it must be that part of the Mishnah is Rab Shimon Itzra. V'tane reisha lo dicha kochod Rab Shimon. It shows you how far Rab Shimon goes to matir Eishes Achiv Shlai B'Olamo. That even if Shimon has not been miyabim the wife yet, there's no Eishes Achiv Shlai B'Olamo yet. And the Tana Seifa, that the Seifa of the Mishnah where we say that Shimon actually married her, and Levi is born after Shimon has 2 wives, Lo Yidicha Kochad, to show you how far the Chacham are machmir. Ubedinu deniflak Reb Shimon Bereisha. And really, Reb Shimon should have brought his opinion in the beginning. Ela notelu Rabbanon, he waits to argue Adam Esayim Milsayu. V'hodar Polygalai. He waits until they finish their whole shita, like we did in the Mishnah we just learned, and then he argues. Well, says the Gemara, well, if when you have 2 brothers, Reuben and Shimon, Reuben dies, and there's a widow floating around, and nothing has happened, and then Levi is born, and there Reb Shimon also doesn't consider that Eishes Achiv Shlai B'Olamo, and Levi allows Yibum or Chalitza if later on Shimon is miyabim and dies, right? Then what's the example of Eishes Achiv Shlai B'Olamo according to Reb Shimon? The Chad Acha. There's only one brother, Ruvain, who missed, and he dies without children. V'nolad lo ach, and then Shimon is born. So according to Reb Shimon, that's an Eishes Achiv Shlai B'Olamo, and Shimon would not be able to miyabem Reuven's widow. Or inami, another case would be betrayed with two brothers, Reuven and Shimon. Velo yibim, velo mis.
What Daf Yon?
Nobody has done any yibum yet to any of the, we're on Yud Ches, Amud Beit.
Yod Chet Amud Bet, near the bottom.
Okay,
So
thank
Reuven
you.
and Shimon are both alive. And then Levi is, and then one of the brothers dies. So Yishmael Yibaim, Vaka Chachnoim, I understand when Shimon had done Yibam, when he was born, the Levi never saw her as a widow. This is the first time he's seeing her. And it's beheter, because if Shimon doesn't have any children, he's allowed to do Yibam. He ashkasei beter ashkachem. Elanoy levachak yavim. But if Levi was born before Shimon did Yibum, my time, why does Reb Shimon ask? Sover yesh zika. Reb Shimon holds of this kasher between the woman and the brother, even before he does anything. The zika kiknusa damya. Zika is like him having married her. And therefore, even the moment she falls is considered as if he was married to her. And he found her always in a state of heter. That's how Reb Shimon learns. Maskin Rav Yosef, you're not correct, says the Gemara. You cannot be sure that that's what Shimon says. Because Hashta Zika Umaimer Misavkil Reb Shimon, we're going to see the combination of Zika and Maimer. Reb Shimon is in doubt whether such a woman is considered as if Yibum has been performed to her. So Zika lachuda miboy? So why would we think that Reb Shimon would hold that Zika alone creates that status? Mahi. What is this Reb Shimon that you found? This not. Shloisha Achim Nesuin Shloish Noshim Nachrios. Reuven, Shimon, Levi, they're all married to three women that are not related to each other. Umeisach, Reuven dies. V'asa Bosheni Maimer. Shimon does Maimer to Reuven's widow. The Mays, and Shimon dies. So these two women, Reuven's B, I'm teaching a class right now. Okay, bye. Harold, that's B. You know, B is all with the Oscars. She's always
Oh, I'm not watching. I couldn't care less.
she told me, oh, they're honoring The Godfather because
Oh,
it's 50 years since The Godfather.
right. It's okay. They don't need me.
Right.
This is a good thing had I known, but I'd rather be on the shit. I didn't even look at it today. It's just ridiculous, this whole thing. Okay.
It's ridiculous, right?
Mhm.
So we say the two women fall to Levi. Hare elu cholzos v'lo misyavmos. Levi cannot do yibum. Now, why not? Shenemar umeis echad is a pasuk. Umeis echad mehem. One brother dies. Yivama yavo aleh. Then the brother can marry her. Mi she'aleh zikas yavem echad. That's when there's only one sort of relationship here. Levi is seeing both the wife of Reuven and the wife of Shimon. And that can't be. Reb Shimon Oimer, no. He can do Yibum to either of the women. And the other one, choylif l'shniya. Now, Yevumi Tarvayu Lo, he cannot do Yibum to both of them. The Dilma Yesh Zika, because perhaps here we see clearly that we don't know for sure that Rav Shimon Badai holds of Zika. Here he's just chashash. The Dilma Yesh Zika, B'Avishnei Yevamos, Habos Mabayas Echad. And it's as if they're coming from one house. You only can build one house, not two houses. If he does Yibum to one of them and potters the other law, the Dilma is Zika Kiknusa, because maybe the act of Zika is not as if he married her. So we see that even with Maimer and Zika, Rab Shimon is Mesupik, whether it's Kiknusa Danda. So how can you tell me that Zika alone, Rab Shimon holds Kiknusa Danda? Maybe you'll answer me. That really Midin Torah, he does Yibum to one and the other one is Potter. And it's only with Rabbanon that we have to give the other one please. Let's say in
Mario, you don't want to change to 19 now?
Yeah, your test. Now,
Oh, yeah, hold on.